Well, for two reasons. I wanted to assure myself that the performance coaches, the better practice leads, were taking this forward because I want them to. It's an organisational requirement. That's what they need to do. So there was a little bit of checking out of them, but mostly, if the senior person in the organisation says this is what needs to be done, then that's how people behave. So if I had a reputation of walking into services and running my finger on the dust, and going, oh, you need to clean that, then people would see that as the most important thing to do. So whenever I visited, or other people in a senior position visited, they'd clean. And it's the same thing. So if they see me really interested in this active support, actually being able to do it myself and help with them, not saying you don't want to do it like this, do it like that, but actually saying, have you thought about this? Let's try with this, different washing up brush, have a go with it. Firstly, people have a different view of you because people think, oh, actually, this doesn't sit in a glass office all the time. And secondly, they'll get that it's really important to the organisation. And also, I like to think that I could help people supporting the people they're supporting and make it better, give them lots of ideas. But I think fundamentally it's about people following the lead because people do. And I know people say, oh, I'm not going to do that because, what do management think they're doing now? But subtly, you basically tell people what to do without telling them. But by your actions, they're much more powerful. So if I wrote an email that said, please do active support, I suggest you get 4 people doing the washing up today and 2 people doing it tomorrow, they'd put it in the bin. But if I went in, so when I went to a particular house, the better practice lead was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I gave her a washing up brush for somebody, that worked. But I talked about working with more than one person. She was really, really good. So I left them with thinking, oh, actually, yeah, we could do this. That's right, actually. Why can't I work with 2 people? People aren't going to be engaged throughout the activity all the time because of the nature of their disability. But actually, that person's really good at putting the potatoes in. If we all sat around the table, I'll give this person hand-on-hand support. And okay, momentarily that person's disengaged, but we can work as a team. So it's giving people tips like that. So I think firstly they need to have an understanding. So all the senior managers have been on the active support classroom base, so they've got some theory. Then I think it's about doing some observations. I maybe, if they talk to me about, okay, I'm going to such and such a house, what do you think? I could say, well, I know that they've had their active support training, so what you want to look at is this. And I'd be expecting people to give positive feedback. So whilst they couldn't say, why don't you try it like this? Or if nothing was happening, necessarily get people to engage, they can say, that was stunning, that was a really good piece of work. And they can talk to people about active support. So have you been on the active support training? What did you think about it? Has it changed your practices? What are you doing differently? They could, with people, sit and look at the notes to see, okay, it's all on a pad here. Okay, John, what have you done today? Oh, blimey, I see you've been doing washing up. So it's about looking rather than doing. So it might be an idea for trustees and that to go out with somebody who understands active support, the performance coaches, and just feel it and sense it. So at the board meeting, we talk about active support, but I wonder how many really understand what that looks like and how that might be. So I was with a chair of an organisation I worked for that was just rolling out active support, and I took us on some visits, and I went in this service and I knew the guy, I'd known him for quite a while, and a member of staff was cleaning out the fridge on his own. So I went up to the staff and said, oh, well, let's involve John in this as well. And that's one of the most powerful things I could have done, because that chair has complete understanding now of what active support is, complete way of actually next time I go, I'm going to be more aware of that and actually say to staff, oh, are you doing that on your own? Can you involve somebody? Or who could you involve? Not like a who could you involve, but just a general chat really. And that's had a huge impact just by that one little thing.